Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Daniel Rodriguez, aka Big D88091, and welcome to my Halo 5 Guardians review. Guardians is the 10th installment in the franchise and the 5th main entry in Chief's story. In here, we control Spartan Locke, who's tasked to hunt down Chief and bring him home. While Chief is pursuing Cortana, as usual, I'll start with the pros, cons, and final score. Now, Guardians got a lot of flack for its campaign, and while I agree with most of what's been said, with the story itself and the characters, my favorite thing about Halo 5 is the level design. Sure, it's simple, but the areas we go to and explore are interesting to say the least. During some missions, the way the levels shift and the ground breaks, changing the battlefield makes it more fun and exciting when such an event occurs. It's great to see Master Chief again after Halo 4, which I wasn't a huge fan of. I think that's the key for me with this franchise. Multiple years of a hiatus and then a few games in between, and then we get right back to the main story. The voice is still really good when you play as Chief. It still plays like any other Halo, fast-paced, enemies left and right, explosions, vehicles racing past you. So the same core gameplay in Halo is still alive in Guardians, although a few elements are kind of stripped away. Through my playthrough, I didn't notice much, if any, of frame rate dropping or lagging while on multiplayer. In fact, not only Master Chief's voice work, but all the main characters and cutscenes were well performed and acted out, especially Cortana and Locke's voice. The character of Locke himself, man, what a snooze fest. And now we've reached my favorite part, the cons section of Halo 5 Guardians. First off, the lack of personality in many of the characters. Locke's team does not have no emotional weight whatsoever, and neither does Chief's crew, although I did prefer Chief's crew over Locke's crew. Sorry, Nathan Fillion. 80% of the game is you playing Locke, and Master Chief is just sitting on the sidelines. A bad move on 343's decision. If you're going to split into two characters, make it 50-50. I found myself wanting to play Chief more than playing the Boy Scout that is Locke. As usual, gun ammo runs out quick, making you pick up the enemy's weapons more often, which I wasn't a big fan of. I really love the Spartan guns, and not being able to keep them throughout the whole mission turns me off from the experience. Most of Master Chief's missions were really good, and while Locke's missions were interesting time to time, it seems Chief got more of the fun action sequences, and Locke's missions felt like crossing an old lady across the street, always helping others instead of staying with the main mission. Besides the graphics being alright to mediocre most of the time, I know the Xbox One has more power in its hardware than what we saw with Halo 5. Compared to Gears 4 and any modern day Forza plus other exclusives, I feel Halo could have delivered more in graphics, story, and accessories. Customizations, a messy story that falls through your hands, some control changes to the gameplay that don't really improve it for the better, and as I said before, lack of weapons and a ridiculous boss fight that is overdone way too many times. So much that some missions, besides their cool settings and design, make it feel repetitive and lifeless like the characters you play. Since I'm a few years late to Guardians, I've only played about an hour of multiplayer. Halo multiplayer was never for me, at least where I could play it day in and day out, but I did have fun with the 1 hour I played on it. It's still no Halo 3 and Reach type of fun addictive multiplayer though. With this and Halo 4 really being messy, I hope Chief's next mission stays centric with the main mission and doesn't drift off. New weapons, bigger maps, different routes, new engine, and more life in these red shirt Spartans will make it better for everyone all around. Since Halo 5 is now super cheap, I do recommend it for those who haven't played it yet and have enjoyed Halo in the past. It's better than Halo 4, but it's not better than any of the Halos that Bungie did. For me, Halo 5 was and will always be worth $15 and less, story-wise. It's a letdown with very few things that you'll remember from the campaign itself. Nothing to stand the test of time, and definitely it's not worth playing the story over again. Multiplayer every now and then is fine with me. One last thing from my playthrough and friends that have played more Halo 5 multiplayer than me say it's not that great either. Also, there's no split screen mode. There's a bunch of other modes being taken down. Almost as if 343 was trying to strip away what makes a Halo game, the experience. Stick to the formula, but add and build gracefully. Don't take away the formula and keep the same skin. No copy and paste. It needs to evolve naturally. I'm going to give Halo 5 Guardians a 6.3 out of a 10, which equals a C-. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to let me know what you guys thought about the review. Like and comment, tell me your opinions on Guardians down below, and subscribe for more future game reviews. Until next time, bye bye.